What's up, everybody? Paul here from the Hoops Crew, and it's time to get into our round 21 recipient of NUFF of the week. And this week, it goes to a full organization. In fact, it is a TV station that is copying it this week, Fox Footy. I'm sure you've already heard the hubbub around Fox Footy this week. And honestly, it's not a huge deal when we talk about the grand scheme of things when it comes to football. But when we listen to football, when we consume football media, whether it's TV, whether it's radio, whether it's through your podcasts, you build a bit of a relationship, whether it's YouTubers like maybe myself, you build a bit of a relationship. It's very one way, of course, but you build a bit of a relationship with the person or people that you're watching and listening to. You start to learn about the way they think about the game or the way that they speak, the different mannerisms. You get to know their name. You start to think, maybe there's nicknames associated with them. You kind of form a bit of a relationship. And this is certainly something I've kind of found through different podcasts that I've consumed over many, many years, is that you start to really know the people. And when you're in the realm of AFL, where these people are already known for their on-field exploits, they've already done a lot of media work, and then they're getting out into the media realm and putting themselves out even further, the relationship is it's very one-sided, but you start to really understand these people, and you start to kind of get comfortable in a way that that person rolls. So when all of a sudden a curveball is thrown and it forces everything to change, it really messes with you, and it kind of ruins a product. And that's exactly what Fox Footy did this week by outlawing or stopping the commentary team from referring to one another by their nicknames. Now, we saw this kind of rear its head over the course of last weekend, and we've seen a backflip already over the course of this week. But we're going to get into NUFF. We're going to get into the reason why this is such a problem in my eyes after a word from our sponsor.
The Hoops Crew Media Network is proudly sponsored by Cyril Cook Florist. Visit them at shop 1211 Leather Street in Breakwater. Phone them on 035 222 2244 or visit their website at www.cyrilcookflorist.com.au and use the offer code GOCATS in the voucher field at checkout to get 20% off your next online purchase.
Thank you, Cyril Cook Florist, as always, for your ongoing support of the Hoops Crew and all we get up to. Now, let's take a look at this. This is a list. Thank you, sportingnews.com, for providing me a little list here of a whole bunch of the AFL calls at Fox Footy and their various nicknames, because in some cases, you almost know the person by their nickname before you know them by their actual given name. So we got, Lee Montagna being Joey, Nathan Buckley being Bucks, Ben Dixon, Dicko, Anthony Hudson. Absolutely egregious to call him anything other than Hutto. We've known this. It's been an institution. 20 years he's been getting referred to as Hutto. Most people would know Mark Howard as Howie and not as Mark Howard. He's got the Howie games. He's been referred to as Howie through the cricket realm, through his Big Bash coverage, and footy for years. Triple M still calls him Howie. David Kingy, or that guy who's very biased against Geelong. Jason Dunstall, Chief, Dermot Brereton, Derm, Alistair Lynch, Lynchy. Like, they're not original nicknames for the most part. Jonathan Brown, Brownie, Gazy, Ralphie, Geordie, Tom Hawkins, Hawk, Cam Mooney, Moons, Bernie Vince, Burns. Like, they're not overly original nicknames, and that's fine. But they're simple, they're catchy, and it is part of that relationship that you build with the person whose media you're consuming, be it television, be it radio, be it podcasts or YouTube videos. It's part of that relationship. You start to get very casual and refer to them in a certain way. And when you see them out in the wild, you refer to them by that nickname. You tend not to call them, oh, hey, William Brownless. No, you call him Billy or Fat. Any of those sorts of things he's been dubbed as over the years. It's just not how these things roll. And they never have, and they shouldn't. And what I really, really appreciate as we get our screen sharing going once again here is that Channel 7, at first opportunity, they took a little pot shot. And I'm not wild about Channel 7's commentary for the most part. There's certainly some really good analysts on there. There are some good commentators there as well, but there's also some pretty rough edges and some things I really wouldn't want to see. Overall, I think the Fox Footy package is far greater. But I adored what they did on the weekend, which was, as you can see in the bottom left corner here, they listed their commentators by nickname. not their full names, not their given names. They really took the piss out of this one a little bit and referred to them by their nicknames. And I adored it. Absolutely brilliant. But honestly, I just don't understand how Fox Footy could come to the conclusion that this was a good idea to begin with. And from all reports, they've already backflipped. We're seeing it this weekend. It seems like the commentators are freed up. And listening to some of them over the week, and I listened to Triple M's midweek rub, which has Joey on it, so Lee Montagna on it. There's been a bit of discussion there and on a bunch of different platforms over the course of the week as to like why this was the case. And no one who's part of the commentary teams could seem to provide a genuine, proper reason why this occurred. This was a leadership decision and a nonsensical one at that. And they've very quickly learned that no one wants this, that it is lessening the product as a result. And they rightly flipped the script and reverted back to normal procedures from the look of things. Hopefully, this is not something that comes back in some way, shape, or form in the future, because it was an absolutely nonsensical decision in the first place, and it does absolutely impact the quality of the product. Now, Channel 7, you'll hear Brian Taylor, for example, get called Brian and not BT, but it's also the way, like that's the way that the station has set themselves up over the years. And you don't hear him referred to as BT very often. That's more of his Triple M sort of thing. And you can expand, James Brayshaw get referred to as James, not Jim. Like all, and we've heard these nicknames in other realms and it's fine. But because Channel 7 has always been that way, it's okay. You've formed that's part of the relationship that you've formed with the way that company runs their television broadcast of football. Fox Footy has done it another way. When you go to change it, it's absolutely ridiculous. Now, if Channel 7 decide to go, let's start calling him BT, let's call him Jim, etc., would people be okay with it? I think so, because it's a more relaxed thing. And we are, as footy consumers, it's meant to be a relaxed, gentle, calm, fun environment. We're not meant to be buttoning ourselves up more and being ultra professional. That's not what this is about. It's about having fun and enjoying the football. And hopefully all the Fox Footy commentators, now that they're able to ignore this little policy, can get back to just having fun commentating the football. And we can get back to having fun, enjoying it the way it's always been. Those are my thoughts on Fox Footy's stupid decision to abolish nicknames and bring them back. And it's made them the NUFF of the week this week. Let me know what you think in the comment section about the entire thing. Am I right, wrong, or otherwise for nuffing Fox Footy this week? What do you think about the commentary decision? Is there any rationale that you can think of that would justify such a decision? I want to know your thoughts in the comment section when you can. If you have enjoyed this video, please make sure to like it. Subscribe to the Hoops Crew on YouTube as well. There's a whole range of awesome content that you can check out on the channel. Lots of live shows from myself, Ben. We've got the Chaps doing the Chaps Chat Cats every week, Jake doing the twos, and lots of breakout videos about a whole range of topics as well. So go check them all out. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/thehoopscrew, where you can get exclusive access, early access content, and extended content delivered directly to your email inbox for $5 per month. And there's a 7-day free trial to see if it's all for you. Thank you to all of our community, whether you're on Patreon or not, also for coming along to our meet and greet before the Geelong and Port Adelaide game this past weekend. It was a pleasure to get to meet some of you for the first time, to bump into a few of you for a second time, and of course, get to meet a bunch of you face-to-face for the first time, where I might have only done so via post-game live in the past. It was an absolute pleasure, and I'm looking forward to doing it again sometime soon. In terms of socials, you'll find me at Paul James Games. That's on Twitter, Blue Sky, and Instagram. The Hoops Crew is at The Hoops Crew. And until next time, Fox Footy, executive level, you're a bunch of nuffs. Wake up. Just listen to the people, please. Don't make stupid decisions like this in the future. Remain Geelong strong, everyone. I'll see you later.